Good afternoon, wonderful people. This is Chris for the Informed Stone. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of February, 2023, and this is your midday news segment. This news segment is brought to you by NBCnews.com. China hit back at the U.S. allegations it is providing Russia help in the war in Ukraine. China may be providing non-lethal military assistance, U.S. officials familiar with the matter say. The administration worries China is considering sending lethal aid. So I'm guessing military assistance, non-lethal, medical aid, maybe food assistance, clothing? I don't know. Lethal aid would be weapons, vehicles, ammunitions. Definitely not something that we want to see happen. Hong Kong, China hit back Monday against U.S. allegations that it may be providing Russia non-lethal military assistance in its war on Ukraine, telling Washington to stay out of its relationship with the Kremlin. Sovereign nations, where is the limit? But at the same point in time, horrible war, something we don't want to see escalate. The U.S. is not qualified to give orders to China, Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said in a regular news briefing. We will never accept U.S. criticism, even coercion and pressure on China-Russia relations. Okay, again, solemn nation, they can do what they want, I guess. We don't run the world as much as a lot of people might wish that we did. Wang said China's position on Ukraine can simply put as promoting peace talks. Now, if that's true, that'd be awesome, but what's the chance that that's actually true? China will continue to firmly stand on the side of dialogue and peace and play a constructive part in easing the situation, he said. The U.S. believes that China may be providing non-lethal military assistance to Russia for use in Ukraine. And that may even be considering sending lethal aid for U.S. officials familiar with the matter said in an exclusive report Saturday. They did not provide details or any underlying intelligence that would have prompted the accusation. Okay, so classified documents maybe, classified intel, stuff we don't know as common citizens, possible, or maybe they're making it up. President Joe Biden made a surprise visit to Ukraine on Monday ahead of an anniversary of Russian invasion. Speaking earlier Monday in Ankara, Turkey, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said Biden had told President Xi Jinping early on that there would be real consequences to our own relationship were China to provide lethal assistance to Russia. And this aggression against Ukraine or in systematic way aid in the evasion of sanctions. So buying oil, stuff like that are not supposed to be. Blinken declined to specify what the consequences would be. Or sanctions, I'm guessing. We're already got so many sanctions everywhere anyways. But I think China understands what's at risk, where it is where to proceed with providing material support to that kind to Russia. Adding that it could affect China's relationships with other countries as well. That's true. A lot of the European nations may have bad outlook on that. Shortly before Russia invaded Ukraine last February, Xi and Russian President Vladimir Putin released a lengthy joint statement declaring the no-limit partnership between their two countries. China has refrained from condemning Russia's aggression while urging peace talks, expressing concern about the humanitarian situation and being careful to avoid violating international sanctions. Blinken said China was trying to have it both ways. Publicly, they present themselves as a country striving for peace in Ukraine, he said in the interview on NBC News Meet the Press. But privately, as I said, we've seen already over the past months the provision of non-lethal assistance that does go directly to aiding and abetting Russian war effort. Now, do we know this is a solid information? Do we know that this is actually happening, or is it propaganda? I don't know. I'd like to see more of that talked about right here. While U.S. officials do not believe China is providing Russia with lethal assistance, Blinken said, there are various kinds of lethal assistance, and they're at least contemplating providing to include weapons. Well, I mean, they're going to buy weapons from people if they need it. We may not be okay with it, but it's going to happen. Blinken said he has discussed the issue with Chinese top diplomat Wang Yi. At the meeting Saturday on the sidelines in Munich, Secretary Conference, tensions between the two countries have already risen this month over a Chinese surveillance balloon that was downed by the U.S. military, the discovery of which prompted Blinken to postpone a planned trip to Beijing. At the Munich conference, Wang said China would, in the coming days, release a document explaining its position on the political settlement of the Ukraine conflict. Wang, who was at the conference as part of a broader European trip, is expected to arrive in Moscow as early as Monday for talks about Ukraine and other issues in what could be the precursor to a trip to Moscow by Yi. Wang also met in Munich with Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Apologies. Telling him China stood on the side of peace and dialogue, according to the readout of the Chinese Foreign Ministry released Sunday. We do not want to see the Ukraine crisis protracted and expanded. Well, yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see that, Wang said, and we are willing to work with the international community to avoid further deterioration of the situation and preserve and strive for peace. Let's be honest here, everybody would love for that situation to come to an end. No one wants to see further loss of life, further warfare. No one wants to see further escalation of warfare, no matter what side you fall on. Nobody wants to see this. And if it goes even worse to nuclear, who knows? Let's just hope that none of that ever happens and we all get to live a peaceful another day. Well, this was your Tuesday midday news segment. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Join Monday through Friday for news, culture, and entertainment for the Informed Stoner. Thank you and have a great, wonderful rest of your day.